Hello everyone, my name is Shreya Matpati. Now I am going to introduce architecture of Linux. These are the contents: components of Linux: kernel, monolithic kernel, microkernel, exokernel, hybrid kernel, shell, hardware layer, and system utility. In kernel, there are the subpoints. Some different types of subpoint subkernels are there: monolithic, micro, hexokernel, and hybrid kernel. So let us see what is component of Linux. Linux distribution is developed using the set of software based on compatibility with the Linux core kernel, using which Linux based operations in different systems such as personal system, embedded system, etc. There are around 600 distribution available. Some Linux distribution are MX Linux, Linux Mint, Elementary, Ubuntu, Fedora, and OpenSUSE. In the architecture of Linux is structured in modular and layered manner. Each component plays a critical role in managing system, resource, hardware, and user application. Understanding this architecture is essential for Linux. Components of Linux: like any operating system, Linux consists of software, programming, document, and hardware. The main components of Linux operating system: shell, kernel, hardware, applications. Now let us see what is kernel. Kernel is the main core component of Linux. It controls the activity of other hardware components. It utilizes the common hardware resource and provide each process with necessary virtual resources. It makes a process to wait in the ready queue and execute in uh, consequently to avoid any kind of conflicts. The Linux kernel is the core part of the Linux operating system, and it plays a critical role in the system management. It acts as a bridge between hardware and the user application, managing hardware resource, system process, and communication between software components. The kernel is essential for ensuring that the system runs smoothly and securely and efficiently. It is responsible for managing hardware, process, memory, and peripheral device. The kernel runs a kernel space and has to control over the hardware, unlike user application that runs in the user space. Linux kernel is monolithic kernel that forms certain part in Linux operating system. There are the different types of kernel: monolithic kernel, microkernel, exokernel, hybrid kernel. Monolithic kernel is the type of operating system kernel where all the concurrent processes are executed simultaneously in the kernel itself. All the processes share some memory recursive. In microkernel, user service and kernel service are executed in microkernel is used service and kernel service are executed in separately address space. User services are kept in user address space and kernel service are kept in kernel address space. Hexokernel is designed to manage hardware resources to application level, and high level abstraction is used in this operating system to offer hardware resource accessing to kernel. Hybrid kernel: it is a combination of both monolithic kernel and microkernel. It has speed and designed to monolithic kernel and modularity and stability of microkernel. Shell can be determined as a interface to the kernel which hides the internal execution of function kernel from user. User can just enter the command and use the kernel. Different types of shell: command line shell, and graphic user interface. In command line shell is a text-based interface that allows user to execute command by typing them. The shell interpreted and process the command that display and output the terminal. Example includes bash and zsh. Graphic user interface, it execute the process provided by the user graphic way, and input output is displayed on the graphical window. Next, hardware layer of Linux is lowest level of operating system tracked. It is played a virtual role of the maintaining. Now we will see system utility. System utility are the components like line tools that performs various tasks provided by user to make system management and administration better. This utility enables to user to perform different tasks such as file management, system monitoring, network configuration, user management, etc.